When Marc Marquez made his MotoGP debut in 2013, he went on to win 6 of the next 7 championships up until 2019 and was always a championship contender. However, he suffered a debilitating injury at the first race of the 2020 season that kept him out of the remaining races last year. He finally made his return to racing at the third race this year and finished the next 2 races in 7th and 9th. He would then crash out of the next 3 races, which led to many questioning if he would ever be his old self again. Marquez answered all those critics last time out in Germany when he won after 581 days since his last win in Valencia in 2019. He has now explained how a phone call from a MotoGP legend who went through something similar himself, among other things, helped him during what has been a tough time. I'm your host, Dylan Shelley, and first up on Moto World, how a MotoGP legend helped Marc Marquez during tough times. Marquez began by explaining how his return in Portimao didn't go as he had expected. When I was injured, always I feel like I will come back and I will come back strong. But since the first time I ride the MotoGP bike in Portimao, I say, okay, I am far, very far from my level. He then revealed how he dealt with the tough times that followed. From that point, it was very hard. The next race was even harder. It's difficult, but I just forget everything and focus on my personal and professional side. When I say forget everything, I mean extra comments from outside. He then divulged that he only listened to helpful people. That included Mick Doohan, 5-time world champion, who had suffered something similar during the 92-93 season. I just listen to the people that want to help me, and I try to find something or some comments that helps me, which was a phone call from Mick Doohan. I met with him in Mugello, and I know that he had a similar situation in 92 and 93. He further elaborated on the phone call with Doohan. I was 30 minutes in a phone call with him and I was just listening. He was speaking everything. He was explaining his situation, but was also like he was explaining my situation. He further explained how Doohan laid out the issues Marquez will be facing this year. It was the exact same problems like understanding the bike, not riding like you want to, stupid mistakes, stupid crashes. Some races you will be fast, practice you will be slower and you don't know why, and all the problems that I have this year, he explains and had in the past. He signed off by revealing his emotions when he crossed the line at the Sachsenring to win his 11th race at the circuit. When I crossed the line, I thought about all the people that helped me to be here today. From a difficult situation, it is impossible to go out alone. You need the people, the team, the doctors, the physio, the manager, the family, the friends, everybody together to help you, and I find this. Fast feed. Mick Doohan doesn't think he said too much on the phone call with Marquez, other than just tell him how it is and to understand the situation he's in. He just gave him his side of the story because he was in a similar situation all those years ago. It's great for Honda to win a race and more importantly for Marc to know he's still got it. Once he gets his full strength back, he'll be competing for the championship. KTM's Miguel Oliveira explained that when he got to the second place, he tried hard. He put the pressure on him. He did the best he could. But he didn't have the best situation to manage the tyre because he used a lot to try to get to Marc Marquez. He also explained that in the beginning of the championship, they couldn't really understand how to turn their situation around. Marc Marquez especially wants to say thanks to Honda because the respect they gave him during all these years was something that he appreciates a lot. Petronas Yamaha's Franco Morbidelli has revealed that in the race he couldn't outbrake anyone because they reached the corners too far behind their opponents. So it's impossible to overtake. He just had to watch and then finally finish the race. He knows it sucks, but it's the situation right now and it is what it is. Honda's Pol Espargaro has stated that from now on he's going to try to copy teammate Marc Marquez's settings, Marc's chassis, because he's using different than him. For sure, he's very happy for the team and for all the guys that have been working so much, even for Marc. But the point is that for sure Marc showed the performance of the bike and Pol needs to be on that level. It's not that Marc is winning because of the bike, but he's saying that to understand he needs to do what Marc is doing. He needs to use exactly the same bike, Pol added. Yamaha's Fabio Quartararo has divulged that his goal for Germany was to try to finish in front of the Ducatis and try to finish on the podium, and they achieved that. He added that he is struggling to brake late on the first corner. It's a point he needs to work on because he's not feeling so good. And he reiterated that yes, honestly, this podium is gold. All the weekend they have been struggling. Mick Doohan would go on to win 5 world championships after recovering from his injury. Can Marc Marquez do something similar once he recovers completely? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of MotoGP.